Hold up, guys. Here we go. We have a quite a situation here. There is a vehicle, police vehicle, that was hit head on by an Uber driver. It is another vehicle. Uh, this is in the Bronx at 139th Street and Brook Avenue. NYPD vehicle was hit head on by this Uber driver, a TLC license plate driver. Yeah, that. All right, so it's unknown how this happened. Apparently, we are told that the driver sped up to beat the light and lost control of the vehicle, hitting this uh, police vehicle. Two officers sustained minor injuries uh, and were transported by EMS to an area hospital, possibly Lincoln. Just look at the damage in here. Both officers are going to be okay. The driver of this was arrested at this time. This is a full airbag deployment on both vehicles. Just take a look at that. It's open. Uh, Quiles asked, why was the driver arrested? Possibly DWI. This is a 139th Street and Brook Avenue. We got a towing vehicle here. Not sure who they're coming for, but I believe the department vehicle gets towed by department towing, in-house motor pool. Matt's asking if you have any idea if the officer's okay. Yeah, the officer sustained minor injury. Um, this is a head-on collision with total airbag deployment. So they were transported to by EMS and was treated or to a nearby hospital at this time. Give me a second, guys. I gotta adjust the something here. It's driving me crazy. Sorry about that. I have to turn off the Wi-Fi when that happened. The tow truck I was telling you about, It's right here. It's the Department Motor Pool Tow Truck. Those are the ones that take RMPs, radio mode patrol units, or patrol cruisers, or police cars, however you want to call it. These are the ones that are the only ones authorized to pick up vehicles that get into car accidents for the police department. So again, this is New York City in the Bronx. Driver was arrested at the scene. Footage can be seen on our website. Hopefully by this afternoon, we'll be able to post that up after we edit and send to the news stations. But before I edit and send to the news stations, I wanted you guys sneak peek of what we got going on here. It was quite a scene. EMS, police officers, firefighters. So this car came so fast. You tell me that it pushed the police cruiser back, hitting this vehicle, creating a domino effect, smashing this vehicle in, and then I think pretty much this vehicle as well. Not a lot of damage, but if you come outside and you got your car, uh, and the guy parks next to you and he's really close, you're gonna be like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" You know. So they have to make a report so that people know it was not intentional. Two older cars and one newer car, but doesn't matter. Your property is your property. The police cruiser, the hood is up. The firefighters put the hood up to disconnect it from the battery so it doesn't catch fire. Police cruisers has a lot of wires and stuff, and so when it gets hit head on like that, it can cause a spark and it possibly cause a fire. So they disconnect the battery. That's why the hood is up for the NYPD police vehicle. I will tell you something, Rev, uh, that the driver of this minivan here was arrested and overheard a police officer say they're going to charge him with DWI. That is unconfirmed at this time. Yeah, this is an Uber driver. Not sure if he was working. Actually, he did have a passenger who refused medical attention, but because the passenger was uh, the officers on the scene, well, he was drunk, put it that way. But the officers on the scene determined that he was a little under the influence. We're talking about the passenger right now. Passenger wanted to refuse medical attention, but the police officers insisted he gets checked out. So he was checked out and was transported by EMS and was treated by EMS. And that's his status. As far as the officers are concerned, officers were transported and treated by EMS as well and transported to a nearby hospital. So we're they look good. One officer walked to the EMS. One officer was taken out on a stretcher. We won't know the details of that until DCPI puts out the report. This is at the intersection here. This is a one-way street. This is the flow of traffic right here. The vehicle is facing the flow of traffic. The police cruiser is facing the opposite traffic. Was the police cruiser just parked there? Sometimes they do park there when they're on a neighborhood watch patrol. They are assigned certain blocks and they sit at corners. Was he facing the opposite corner? Was he traveling? That we don't know. It doesn't look like he was traveling because if this officer was traveling, he would be in the middle. But he's not. It looks like he was parked. Hello from Houston. And hello from Bravo. So that's the scene that we got over here right now. Thank you for subscribing, Rev. Really do appreciate that. So, there you have it, guys. There's a lot more that went on last night that I couldn't go live because the jobs were so fast, one after another. There was a fire, a few injuries. There was a fatal shooting. Obviously, I got there after the fact. And there was a shooting in the Bronx. Whew. It is cold, people. Cold. So they got an EDP situation going on.
Directed Dyer Brewer and 107 Avenue.
Let me show you guys what I'm working with over here. All right, so we got 3 Uniden BC TX15s. Actually, one in the middle there, and then the two of them are regular 15s. Actually, they're both BX. Okay, so here I to FDNY, Bronx, and highway units. And I listen to this bad boy right here for local stuff. This is a mixed use of FDNY and any other things.
Charlie. Let's go, Charlie. 75. Your response, great. First service out of 4. Confine to the 4454 ADP violent.
So I believe the officers were, when I was hearing it over the radio come over, it was coming over the scanner. Police officers were gasping for air, so it sounded a lot worse than what it is. And then they couldn't get out their address to what they were at. So the dispatcher was like trying to verify who was calling, what unit. It's a 53 with injuries, and the officer was saying 139 in Brook, but he was saying it like he was running, so they didn't know what was happening. Was this an accident, a police chase that resulted into a police foot pursuit? So officers were scrambling left and right to 139 in Brook, but they didn't know what they were getting into, which is not cool and very dangerous for police officers. So finally, one officer was able to get on location to advise the dispatcher what was happening. But the reason for that is why I'm saying that is because the airbags deployed, and it kind of knocked the police officers out. Like they were like gasping for air over the radio. So, but they're gonna be all right. They look good. Like I said, one officer was walking, holding his arm. The other officer was taken on a stretcher, but he was in the upright position, and they're going to be fine. We don't know the details from that until we get what they call a DCPI report. All right. And once we get that DCPI report, we will be able to know exactly what injuries the officer sustained. But from what I'm seeing here, they're minor injuries. Guys, you can follow us on Twitter at freedomnews.tv. You can follow us on Facebook. Search for freedomnews.tv on Facebook. And on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel at FNTV, which stands for Freedom News TV. Got it? FNTV. And if you don't have the apps app, I go on these calls a lot during the overnight and early mornings, especially on Sundays. I may stay till 12 in the afternoon and get some jobs, that fires, crashes, stabbings, shootings, etc. So download the HAPS app. If you don't have the HAPS app, that's HAPPS. Get that, subscribe, and enjoy the content. If you do not like this content, there's other content creators out there. You got artists, you got musicians, you've got people that talk about politics. Very good journalism out there. So definitely check those other channels out as well if you don't like this type of content, because this type of content can get a little gruesome sometimes, with shootings and stabbings and victims and people crying and hurt people and stuff like that. But nevertheless, this is what I do. I get all this information. I record it on my camcorder, and I edit it and I send it to the news stations for payment. All right. That's of course if they buy the footage and if they use the footage. So if they use the footage, it's a bought footage. Then we invoice them, and 30 days later, money. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Rev, thank you. And pretty much that's it. I'm Dan Valls reporting from the South Bronx, FNTV. See you guys in the next one.